to the Mindful Making video podcast. This is episode number 44, and if you are into yarn and into knitting, you have landed just the right place. Before we start, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands that I'm coming to you from today. I am on Darug Ku-ring-gai land, and I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. And I extend that acknowledgement, appreciation to any Aboriginals or Torres Strait Islander people who might be watching this video. Welcome. And as I said, episode number 44, and I have taken you outside. We are doing a bush video today. So I'm sitting here with beautiful bushland in the background, which reminds us of how precious the country and the land is, and how well we need to take care of the nature around us. My name is Jane, and I'm coming to you from Hornsby Heights, which is north of Sydney, Australia. Today it is Sunday, the 25th of September. Yeah, we are approaching October, and soon it will be Christmas. I don't know, and I say that every time, I don't know where time goes. It flies away so quickly. But anyway, we have, for once, having a beautiful sunny day here. We have had a lot of rain. Everything is wet, everything is soaked, and I actually have to watch carefully on my feet when I walk back that I don't get any leeches clinging onto my feet. That is not that is a very unpleasant surprise. Anyway, we are here to talk about knitting and about yarn. And let's just take a gentle breathe, just to ease in to half an hour of calm relaxation. Just breathe in and let it go. Yeah, then I think we have set the right tone for this video today. I have 2 finished objects. I actually have 3, but I forgot to bring number 3. But I will insert some pictures with it, insert a little video with it later. If we start with the first finished object, which is also what I'm wearing. So this is I think it's called lace fade boxy face lace, fade lace. It's a pattern by Rohi Locatelli, and I have knitted this in the yarn dyed up by Circus Tonic Handmade specifically for this project. It's called 34 degrees south. It's a special fade set, so it runs from the very white bright up here towards the brown golden here at the end. It is a beautiful soft mix of merino and silk. It's an absolute joy to knit with. So those are the fade parts, and in between there are these bands of lace, and this is worked in silk mohair from Isager. Yeah, you will hear the birds, which I hope you will enjoy as well. So the lace silk mohair from Isager, it's a color number 0, I think. So it's it's not a bright white, it's sort of an off-white. But I think this works very well with the fade, and the silk mohair was actually was the silk mohair I used in my wedding shawl, the Sarissa shawl, where I paired it with a grey-green lace weight yarn, silk yarn as well. It was an absolute joy to knit, starting from the shoulders, working the back, working the front, and gathering in the round for the bodies, knitting straight down, and then there were just the short sleeves to work towards the end. As you can see, it is very boxy. I haven't blocked it yet, and you will see as I insert this little video that you will see that the edging towards the bottom is a bit wonky, and that I hope will even out when I get this blocked. But I thought I would wear it for you today, so here it is. I chose to use the silk mohair for the sleeves. I held the yarn double, and I think it works really well. And the reason why I chose to use the silk mohair was that I have basically used half of the fade set. So I thought if I didn't knit the sleeves using the fade set, I could knit one more. Yeah, I have, this is size number 4. So with, there is a lot of positive ease, but it's sort of with the fit to a 42-inch bust. Highly recommend, love the yarn, love the project. I think if you have a fade set, or if you have yarn that would go together, it could also be just in, plain colors. And maybe you can find something in your stash that would work and be a nice sort of color flow throughout this garment. If you can hear that my voice is slightly deeper than it normally is, it's because I have had a very bad cold and I'm actually on 2nd week. So yeah, my voice was almost gone. Sore throat, ears, a temperature. I was in bed for 3 days, tired, headaches, and very congested. So hopefully I am at the tail end of it now, that I will get back to normal, my normal self. So that's just the reason why my voice is slightly different than it normally is. The next finished object is one that I hadn't started in any of the previous episodes. If you go back a few episodes, and I think to 42, number 42, where I talk about some Latvian wool that I bought from by Killerek in Denmark. And this beautiful rustic wool have the color transitions are very long, and I got 2 balls, and I will insert a picture of them here. One is a beautiful dark blue, brown, green color transitions, and the other one is red, pink, pearl, orange. So I wanted to mix those 2 together, and I wanted to knit a shifty by Andrea Murray, and so I did. Here it is in all its glory. I hope you can see how the colors change beautifully throughout the body and throughout the sleeves. If I hold it, oh no, I will hold it up to the other side. Sorry guys. Starting off up here with the blue main color, moving into brown, green, brown, teal, brown, blue again. And then on top you have these, it's sort of a slip stitch pattern, very easy to follow and very effectful. So starting with reds, moving into purple, orange, pinks, purples, pinks and purples. And went very well in the beginning. Well, it went well all throughout, but I had to think a bit when I got to splitting for the sleeves, because this is knitted around, and I just continued. I just knitted the 2 balls, And then when I got to the sleeves, I thought I just needed to, I wanted to have these color changes throughout the sleeves as well. So I pulled out a section of this orange pink yarn so that I could transition gently throughout the sleeves. I knitted the 2 sleeves 2 at a time. And then I also had to figure out, how I could make the sleeves sort of equal and even. So what I did was that, I had the 2 balls of yarn, and then I wound up 40 rounds around my hand, broke the yarn, and then had the ball sitting on the other sleeves. And when I knitted up the 40 rounds, I split spliced the ball into, and then before I did that, I just had 40 rounds around my hand again over here. And then sort of shifting both for the main color and the contrast color. It was a bit complicated, and I spent a lot of time managing the yarn, but I found a rhythm, like, adding the ball of yarn to each sleeve, sort of as the 40 rounds ran out. And I did the same for the top color as well. And I think the sleeves are pretty cool, almost equal. Yeah, I think this has turned out really well. For the neckline and for the cuffs and the hem, I used a suitable color of my super soft yarn, and it was simply because I thought I might run out of the main color yarn, and I almost did. So I'm happy I made that choice. I have folded the neckline, hem and cuffs double. This jumper is a size large, and I chose to go up a size because it is a rustic yarn. It is definitely a winter garment, and I wanted, for it to be a bit airy and roomy, and just have that cozy feeling of a large jumper that will just embrace you with beautiful warmth. And I got that exactly. And as you will see in the little film that I will insert, you can see how it fits, that it is a generous fit, although that the pattern suggests that you go down a size instead. But I went up and got this super cozy, warm jumper. The wool is rustic, it is fluffy, it is and it bloomed with washing. Can highly recommend if you want a outdoorsy winter sweater. This is an excellent choice. I can highly recommend this piece of knitting. I think the colors work really well together. I was a bit apprehensive about whether the purple pinks would be too bright, and wouldn't work, but I think they look really great together. Yeah, I am very pleased. Let's just see the details of yardage, etc. So, well, a bit on the time spent. So I started 4th of August and I finished 24th of August. I used all of the main color, or there is 7 gram left, so that's nothing. And that is around 800 meters. And then I used approximately half, or a bit more, half of the contrast color, the yellow, no, not the yellow, the reds, pinks, and it is not easy, this videoing and technical aspects. This is now the 4th time that I record this section, so please bear with me. I can't remember what I've said before, whether it's recorded or not. But anyway, here we are. We are actually on the 3rd of October. It's a Monday. It's a public holiday here in Sydney. And I was editing the video that I recorded last weekend when finding that the camera ran out, no memory left. Then I recorded the second half again. And when I was, just an hour ago, when I was editing, I got to the second video. There was no sound whatsoever, dead silent. So, well, nothing left but just recording again. And I have recorded once and there was no sound either. So there was for sure a setting that I hadn't figured out, but I hope this will be the take number 4 that will actually get to you guys. So picking up where we left before the little black screen, we talked about Shifty and the amount of yarn that went into that sweater. I used all of the skein of the 200 grams of the main color and about half the skein of the contrast color. And then, you know, with the added super soft, the total yardage or meterage is around 1600 meters in that sweater. Beautiful project, as I said, so highly recommend that. So I think that closes off then the Shifty and the second finished object. The third finished object is a pair of socks. I haven't brought them down here, but I will insert some pictures so you can see these beautiful stripy socks in self-striping yarn in sort of blue, brown, grey colors. I have worn them a lot because this winter just lingers on and continues forever. Hopefully, again today we have a day with no rain. We can actually be outside and be a bit warm. So I'm totally enjoying that. I have some yarn left of that self-striping yarn, so I have started the next pair of socks, which then leads us very nicely into the works in progress. I have knitted one, it's not a sock yet, it's just a tube. And as you can see, there are live stitches here. And that was just because I wanted to make sure I had enough of the contrast color to make the heel before putting in the cuff, because the cuff could be another, you know, contrast, that doesn't matter. So I'm just leaving this for now, and I've started the second pair this morning. So I've just managed to knit the toe, and I've just started the self-striping. It's just round and round and round. Very nice, easy-going project. And there will be a true afterthought heel put in at the appropriate size. These will become a sort of a men's pair of socks and will be put in the box of Christmas gifts, so for one of the gentlemen in the family for Christmas. a gift. And the yarn, so this is how much I have left of this self-striping. It's called Black Hill Sock 100 from Garnucell. I think that will be enough to make a tube similar, and then I can actually extend if there are more yarn left. Yeah, so these are sitting nicely here and is my go-to project when it has to be easy and I'm about to say wearable. I can carry it around. Yeah, that was the first work in progress. Moving on to the second project on my needle. And as I mentioned, I have still half of the yarn left of this beautiful fade set, so I thought why not just continue while I'm in flow to continue on the second version of the fade lace boxy. This is number 2. I've been working on this for the last probably 1.5 weeks. 4th color in the set is used and I am on the last lace section, but then I ran out of silk mohair. So while I am waiting for that to arrive, this will just hibernate in the bag and I will be knitting socks and other small things in between. This will also end up in the box for Christmas gifts. We are in October, so it is about time to start preparing for the craziness of Christmas. Have you started the Christmas gift knitting yet? Sometimes, or in the past years, I've had the ambition of knitting everybody something, but I don't have this time around. It's just whatever I feel like will be a gift for the family. Second work in progress. Now into some dream knitting, and as we are in October, it's the season of the craziness of the West Knits mystery knit along, his shawl knitting that is running every year in October. Past years I've been on the fence. I thought it was the project's a bit too crazy, too much, it's too much going on. And also probably I'm rebelling against the hype and that everybody knits it, the craziness around it. But then this time around, with only 3 colors in the project, I thought this might be the year where I actually join in and I can tone it down through the yarn and the colors combinations that I choose. So I have 3 options that I will present to you. First of all, just the main color and the contrast color, which will go through all 3 options. And I am in my comfort zone with a gray and a neutral whitish color. So this will be the main yarn, this will be the contrast. They are coast yarns from Holst, slightly thinner than the fingering weight recommended in the pattern, and I might need to go down a needle size, and which will shrink the size of the shawl, which I don't mind either. It's a 55 lamb's wool, 45% cotton blend in these 2 colors. So now we move into the sort of accent color option. Option 1 is a beautiful pink. Also a coast yarn. I think this color is called Plum. This will be a very pretty shawl indeed. So option 1. Keeping in the coast yarn This is a suitable candidate for the accent color as well. This is Old Gold. I like this combination. I have a thing for the yellow at the moment. Yeah, so option 2. Finally, option 3. Introducing the accent color as a Titicaca yarn, which is a 100% alpaca, also from Holst, in this beautiful cinnamony, mustardy yellow brown. Whoops! I think this is currently my favorite. But let me know in the comments below what do you think? Option 1, 2 or 3? Whoops! Curious to know, and also curious to, if you are participating in this hype of the mystery knit along. Yeah, let me know. Finally, talking about plans for the future. My friend Pia of 50 Fabulous, she runs a podcast, an episode every week, shifting between Danish, they are in Danish and in English. She runs a knit-a-thon. And she has done it 6 months ago, and now we are up for the half-yearly knit-a-thon again. Setting aside 24 hours for knitting, or as much time is available for you, and then knitting together. It starts on the 15th of October, 3 p.m. Copenhagen, Paris, European time, and that is 12 a.m. on the 16th of October, Sydney time. I thought to run live throughout that knit-a-thon. So I will actually go live with Mindful Making at 9 a.m. Sydney time on the 16th of October. That will be 12 a.m. 16th of October Europe time. It will happen here on this channel, but the program for the entire knit-a-thon you can see on 50fabulous.dk, Pia's website. But if you want to join in and see how I stumbled through the technicalities of doing a live, which is the first time I will be doing a live, please join in 16th of October, 9 a.m. and have a bit of a knit with me. I will also go live together with Tina, which is Hverdagsro, and we will do a live together in Danish, which will be 6 p.m. Australian time and 9 a.m. 16th of October Copenhagen time. So join in there as well if you are interested. We have some, we are out of comfort zone and technology-wise. First the YouTube live, and then also with Tina doing 2 sessions combined. Yeah, it'll be interesting. And actually, Pia 50 Fabulous, she sits in Texas, US, and it's a total around the world event. That will be awesome. So please join in if you are keen. Also, when talking about plans for the future, that if you are around Sydney and interested in music, I will be singing with 500 other women on the stairs of the Opera House. 28th of October, I think it's around 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. in the afternoon or early evening, and we will sing for half an hour. So if you are around, please come along and enjoy
Music from the steps of the iconic Sydney Opera House. It celebrates its 50th anniversary this year. I think that's it for now, and I really hope that this video will finally get to you. Finally. If you have, stuck around for this long, thank you so much. If you're a new viewer, even more, welcome, and I'm so happy you found this little place, my little place on the big internet. Returning viewers, of course, I am so appreciative that you want to spend this time with me. Please leave a message, share, subscribe, everything that will support this community and the channel. There's only left to say is that I hope to see you live 16th of October, 9 a.m. Sydney time and 12 a.m. If you are watching from Europe. The States is something, late afternoon. So I hope to see you there, and also when I see you again for the next regular episode of the Mindful Making video podcast. Before I go, I would also like to share with you just a short video of a bushwalk my husband and I was on a few weeks back. So I hope you will sit back and just enjoy a bit of walk in the bush. Thank you all, and see you soon. Bye bye.